about you. It's about love. It's about God. It's about time. It's about your life. It's about your smile. It's about your health and your hopes and your dreams, your body, your mind, and your family. It's about your relationships and your future and your impact and your legacy. It's about God. It's about peace. It's about joy. It's about faith. And it's about hope. It's about time. And it's about space. And it's about science. It's about life. It's about love and your awareness. It's about your choices and your forgiveness. It's about your confidence and your courage and your creativity and your wisdom. It's about your light and it's about your power and it's about your strength and it's about your dreams and your goals and your hopes. It's about your life. It's about love. It's about faith. It's about God. It's about hope. It's about light. It's about love. It's about you. It's about life. It's about love. It's about God. I'm Queenie Brown, and I invite you to join me and the rest of us on this journey. After all, it's about you. Are you ready? Of course you are. You wouldn't have found me if you weren't. Welcome. Let's get it going. So much for joining me again today. Today is day 9 of the Self-Love Lessons Read-Along. We have been journeying through Kate's traumatic day and her powerful encounters with God. It has been quite a journey, right? But the point of this story is to help you understand the process of transformation, what happens in the journey, and how you might be able to see it reflected in your own life, and then what you get to look forward to as it relates to your relationship with God, the intimacy that you could be afforded, and just the ability to see yourself completely transformed into a better, more powerful version of you, the version that God intended you to be. So I'm glad that you are watching so far. Before we start and do our little recap, I wanted to just remind you, if you have not downloaded the book yet, please do avail yourselves. This is a gift and a blessing. Go to www.queeniebrown.com. Ouch. And download your free copy of the Self-Love Lessons. We are picking up today on page 40. And do share it with your friends. This is a gift. I promise you, we are just getting started. So the beginning of the book, we're talking about Kate's story. And it just kind of, as I said before, it gives you a high level understanding of the journey to transformation. But after we finish Kate's story, it's actually going to go into the tactical information that will be actionable so that you can actually integrate it into your life and start to see the manifested changes for yourself. Okay, so if you are here, roll call is beginning now. Make sure you enter hashtag present in the comments. If you're watching the replay, enter hashtag replay. That way I'll know you're watching. And next week, we're going to start giving out gifts for those of you who have stayed along with the journey. As I'm going along, chat back at me. If there's something that rings in your spirit that you're like, oh my God, I didn't know that, or that's powerful, enter it into the comments so that all of us can kind of get a little bit of more meat off the bone along with you. If you finish to the end, make sure you do enter hashtag finished, because I am tracking those of you who are hanging in there with me. So I'm super excited to continue. All right, let me think. So where were we in the journey? Kate had, just to give you a quick update, she was having an encounter with God. She had all these questions about why God wrote the Bible the way he did, why there were people that are suffering, why, all the questions that many of us have had to ask God. Kate asked him flat-footed. She just wanted to know. And God began to lead her through the Bible to understand his plan and why he did the things that he did, and helped her understand the meaning behind it. A lot of times we get confused and we want to lean into our own understanding, right? But God says, lean not into your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him so that he can direct our paths. And that's exactly what Kate did. She began to lean away from her own understanding as God led her through the Bible to understand his way and understand his heart and his plan. So when he did that, it began to change and transform her. One of the things that God revealed to her was that in the Bible, he revealed to us our identity, our authority, our inheritance, and our assignments. And that is what he put on the inside of us to go along with the talents, abilities, gifts, and skills. I call them your tags. So along with your tags and your life experiences and the power that he's endowed us with, he intended to use all of that for a specific purpose that is specific and uniquely designed to fit your gift set, right? So, in order to activate that, though, she had to pull away from her normal everyday. She had to allow herself to calm down and slow down and be able to hear him and be led. And so she did that. And as she did, she received a beautiful gift. And I kind of don't want to give it away, but I'm going to. Make sure that you, if you haven't watched episode 8, go back to it. It was a powerful expression of God's love. And basically, Kate got her wings. So if you recall, we're in a dream sequence at this point. She saw herself as a caterpillar. She found herself going in a rainstorm. So she went up the tree to try to find safety. And then she decided to go out on a limb. And there is significance in the imagery here. She went out on a limb and then decided to create a space for herself that was safe and comfortable. And that's where God revealed all this beautiful wisdom to her. So we're going to pick up there. Kate just got her wings. She finally was able to fly, but she was also recognizing that some of the fears that popped up in her were, how are people going to receive her? Would people be jealous of her new wings? Would they accept the person that she had become? Would they be intimidated by her? And then she just decided she wasn't going to be concerned about how people received her. She was just going to be who God called her to be in her fullness and do what she came here to do. So we're going to pick up. It's at the very end. She said, it says, Kate stopped this ridiculous train of thought. We're on page 40. Kate stopped this ridiculous train of thought by saying, no more. This is who I am. I am who God created me to be. He loves me so much that he created me this way. I won't dim my light, hide my wings, or pretend to be something that I'm not. No more will I put the needs of anyone before the needs of my God. Enough is enough. I've learned too much to go back now. Like it or not, I'm going to be me unapologetically. Go ahead, Kate. Kate felt more powerful than she ever had, and she knew within her that God was proud of her. That made her even more fulfilled. Kate awoke from her dream. All of a sudden, a car alarm began to screech. Kate was startled, and she awakened from her nap under the butterfly tree. She realized that she must have been there for hours. It was now dark, and she was alone. Kate collected herself and put her things back inside her backpack. She got into her car and drove across the street to check into the hotel. In her hotel room, she couldn't stop thinking about the dream that she'd had. It was as though she was asleep for a lifetime. Kate knew that she needed to write down as much of the dream as she could remember. She never wanted to forget the most powerful dream she had ever had. Kate called her husband and said, I know it's late, honey, but I'm fine. Actually, I'm better than ever. I'm going to call you tomorrow. I love you, and kiss the kids goodnight for me. And babe, thanks for taking care of everything for me. I'll see you tomorrow. When Kate found her room, she set herself up just like she remembered from her dream. As she ran herself a bath, she found herself repeating out loud some of the things she'd heard in her dream. God loves me, she whispered. I'm perfect in his eyes, she muttered. Remember the law of recognition. Everything I need or want is already in my life, merely awaiting my recognition of it, she continued. It hurt God's feeling when I rejected. It hurt God's feelings when I rejected him. He feels the same way that I feel when I'm rejected. I never want to be the one to make God feel that way. especially after all that he's done for me. Oh, I love you, God. Then she found herself humming the song she heard while waiting on hold to talk to God in her dream. Kate added her essential oils to the bathwater, and the most relaxing aroma filled the entire hotel room. She lit her candles and turned off all the lights. Then Kate slipped into the tub and sunk within the bubbles. She was in heaven. She rolled over and over in her mind what had happened in her dream while she was asleep under the butterfly tree. Kate felt a calm overcome her and a peace that she couldn't even describe. She said out loud, "So this is what bliss feels like." Then she laughed and continued to reminisce on what God had said to her in her dream. When she finished her bath, Kate pulled out her new journal and began to write about all that happened in the dream. She initially wanted to begin by telling her journal about all the drama of the day before, but she just didn't want to go there. Instead, she began to recount the dream in the most vivid detail. She didn't leave anything out. As she was writing, a scripture came to mind. Matthew 22:36. She pulled out her Bible and began to read. After she read the scripture, she paraphrased it in her journal by writing, "I am to love God first with all my heart, soul, and mind. Then I'm to love my neighbor in the same way that I love myself." Then Kate asked the question, "But Lord, how do I love myself?" Immediately, Kate remembered something that God had repeated to her in the dream. Remember the law of recognition. This is just like my dream, Kate thought. Then she laughed, saying, "This is so cool." Kate continued to write every detail of her dream until the early hours of the morning. She was exhausted as she drifted peacefully off to sleep. When she awakened, she realized she had slept for 10 straight hours and she didn't remember dreaming at all. That was actually okay since she still wanted to fully process what she had dreamt about while at the park. Kate called her husband to check in and let him know that she planned to be at the hotel all day. When she hung up from her husband, she wondered who she could call that would understand what she had gone through and not judge her. She ran through the list of all the people in her life that she could call. She realized that she didn't have many healthy friendships. She felt alone and then isolated. Excuse me. Then she remembered the law of recognition. Everything she needed was already in her life, awaiting her recognition of it. Then Kate thought, I need to call Queenie. My conversation with Kate. When I answered the phone, excuse me, when I answered the phone, hold on. Oh, shoot. I love my new mugs, y'all. Get Psalms 91 equipped. Okay. When she answered the phone, oh, wait. Where was I? Okay. When I answered the phone, I didn't even recognize Kate's voice. I had never heard her so light, so free, so excited. I just listened as she recounted what happened since our last conversation. She shared the details of her day and her dream with me. I was impressed with the details that she was able to recall. She asked me if I thought she was crazy. Of course not, I laughed. I've been there too, Kate. She said that she felt as though she was the only one who felt overwhelmed. In her day-to-day life, she was totally spent. But now she had this amazing experience with God. She couldn't go back to that life. She told me that she needed help and that she felt led to call me. Kate said she was willing to just listen, finally. Kate, you are definitely not alone. More women than you could ever imagine feel the very same way. And some men face this too. I'm so glad you called me. You probably don't remember telling you about this, but I'm launching my self-love boot camp this coming January. Well, I'll be teaching the self-love lessons. You're still welcome to join us. I think you're finally ready, Kate. I'm so excited for you, and I'm grateful to be on this journey with you. You know, Kate, we are women, powerful, capable, and incomparable. We can spin plates and juggle roles far better than most men. We all know that women wear many hats, play many roles, and take on many responsibilities in life. For most of us, we take on far more than our current lives can handle. The challenge for us exists when we attempt to be every woman in a life that's already out of balance. It often feels like a woman's work is never done. Have you ever thought about all that we as women do in our day-to-day life? It's a lot. And for the most part, we are great at it. So, Kate, we were never created to do it all without letting God lead it. So, what happens when we decide to go it alone and do it our way? And Kate, let's talk about the wonderful world of women. What are all the roles that we play as women? Well, we're the confidant, the shopper, the community volunteer, the chauffeur, the babysitter, the playmate, the travel planner, the household manager, the food supply when we're nursing, the mom and or the custodian. We're the spiritual guide, the disciplinarian, the wife, the friend, the decorator, the employee, the party planner, the errand runner, the nurse, the maid, the sexual partner, the teacher, the educator, the chef, the menu planner, the referee. If I left anything out, leave it in the comments. But we were never created to do it all without letting God lead it. So what happens when we decide to just go it alone and do it our way? Well, we end up out of balance, and that imbalance often results in physical and psychological illnesses and diseases. These diseases usually range from moderate to deadly. Medical science has proven to be highly effective in treating the symptoms of these various illnesses. But let's talk about the not so wonderful world of women. It includes depression, obesity, feeling overwhelmed. It includes stress and poor body image, sleep disorders, high blood pressure, diabetes, anxiety, anorexia, panic attacks, neglect and loneliness, HIV and AIDS, neck and back pain, ADHD, arthritis, low self esteem and low self worth, living in perpetual fear, chronic fatigue syndrome, suicide attempts, bulimia, living in pain, chemical addictions like nicotine and caffeine, enduring abuse, mental, sexual, physical, financial, relational abuse. But who's treating the cause? Not many people even know what the cause is. They're satisfied with just treating the symptoms, and in our own desperation to find lasting relief, women have resorted to self medication. So I'm going to stop there because I said I would honor your time. But tomorrow we're going to talk about the medicated world of women and what we are choosing to do to cope with our wonderful world and the way that we are doing things. God doesn't intend for us to do it this way. And so thank you so much for watching today. Make sure you do push a hashtag finished in the comments so that I know that you followed along throughout the journey today. There will be prizes awarded next week. Be sure to share this with your friends. It's about to get even better. Now that we understand the journey, we watched Kate go through her journey of trauma to intimacy to revelation to getting her wings. And now we're going to go into the actual tactical skill set that's going to support you in beginning your own transformation. So thank you again for watching today. We just finished episode 9 of the self-love lessons. I think I will do the episode 10 tomorrow. Although I had promised I wouldn't work on Saturdays, I think because it's New Year's, I want to go ahead and finish this up so that we can begin the new year in the right headspace and with the right mindset to be powerful and overcome it all in 2024. So thank you all again for watching. I'm super, super happy and grateful. This has been incredibly a blessing for me. And so many of you, thank you for your emails and thank you for sending me your DMs that it's been impacting you. Make sure you invite your friends on the journey. All right. If you want to add some things to any of these lists of the wonderful world of women or the not so wonderful world of women, do include those in the comments. I'm grateful for that. As I told you before, I'm re-editing this book so that I can re-release it next year with a few additions because I published it in 2011. It's been quite some time and a lot has changed in the world. And right now prophecy is unfolding before our eyes. And so I want to make sure that I include what God is saying to me today so that you're supported fully. All right. So now we're going to go into the Mother Love community and get a little bit of meat off the bone with what we've discussed today. Please feel free to join me. If you haven't already downloaded the book, go to www.queeniebrown.com, download your copy, and then click on the link to join us in the community. All right. Hashtag finished. God bless you. I'll see you in the community. Bye-bye.